Carl, first things first, the Dons are in the playoffs guaranteed now after winning 36-28 at York last night. What was your reaction to that?
To making the semi, or the reaction to last night's game?
Both.
Oh, listen, for 65 minutes, I thought it was the best we played all season. If we can play like that in the semi-final, then we'll give ourselves a big chance. But when the momentum swings the other way, to stop that rod is hard. And referees, they seem to swing as well. You know, like when York got the ascendancy there and they started coming back at us, you just hold that little extra and the ref will penalise you and the flow just goes, and then you've got to do something to try and to stop it. But fair play to them, they got back in, and people can say what they like. If they telling me that York didn't win the game, that I don't believe it, because their players were running back, and players want to win every game. Now, people were saying, "Oh, we don't want to go here, don't want to go there, or whatever." It's the semi-finals. You've got to go. You've got to play the best anyway. So who cares where we have to go? York wanted to win the game, and we wanted to win the game. It's as simple as that. And like I say, for 60, 65 minutes, I thought we were tremendous. You know, the control from the halves. You know, the big boys, Feka, Castle, Macca, Connor, they were outstanding. Brad Nicholson. I just thought the boys in the middle of the park really laid the platform for us, and there's plenty to play for. Plenty to play for. Then
the craziest 20 minutes you've probably ever seen.
Oh yeah, and listen, it's a concern, but it's a concern. People need to realise that it's a concern for the coaching staff, and they try and put it right, and they bloody try hard to put it right as well. And you know, they'll have them in tonight, and they'll ask some questions, and they'll see why and what can we do about it. Or sometimes you just need maybe someone to drop on the floor or something like that, just to slow it. That's experience, and we've got some experienced players in there with Fix and Macca, and you know, Jordan Howden is a very, very clever footballer. But it'll be something they'll speak about tonight and say, listen, if a team starts getting a roll, we've got to do something to stop it.
All you and Gary will care about, though, is that 2 extra points in the total column, which has made sure that playoff berth is guaranteed.
Yeah, well, we weren't, up until last night, we weren't guaranteed to finish 5th. Yeah, okay, Hunslet had to go to Rochdale and win heavy. Worse things have happened. We've guaranteed ourselves a semi-final spot. The team we've got, and the one-off game, they can do anything they want.
Well, I mean, Feka particularly, I thought the forwards through him were outstanding last night.
All the pack was, you know, Macca looked like a different player to what's played with a busted knee for the last 10 to 12 weeks. He was all over the place again, and very, very pleasing to see. Like I say, for a one-off game, we'll see.
Okay. Was it the response that you and Gary wanted after going down at Rochdale last week, and particularly the feeling that you owed York one as well?
Oh, we never listen, Tom, we never owe anybody nothing. We firmly believe, and I've always said it, you get what you deserve. York came here and put us to the sword, and fair play to them, they deserved it. We went there, put them to the sword for 60 minutes, and we got what we deserved. You know, we deserved to win that game, let's put it, whether we won it by 30 points or whether we won it by 2 points or however many points we won, we deserved to win that game. The effort was there. Yes, we had the blip. Yes, the fans were concerned. So were we. So was the coaching staff. But like I say, they'll work really hard to put that right. And we'll see. I'm telling you, we will see on a one-off game.
I was going to say, if you get that 60-minute performance for an 80 against one of the top 2, whether it be Barrow away, whether it be Rochdale, I mean, you're going to hit your straps.
Yeah, we've got some big game players. We've got, you know, some international big game players. Jason Tarley might not be far away, so we'll see. Halves, if we'd had these 2 halves for the majority of the season, we might have been a bit higher than 4th. We're okay. You know, it's playoffs, and you give it everything, because if you lose, your season's over. So I'm just not sure our boys want to finish the season just yet.
A few walking wounded on the bus last night on the way home. They're feeling the effects of what will be, by the time Sunday's up, 3 games in a week. How do you assess Sunday's game, the last home game of the season against London Scholars?
Oh, listen, London's improved tremendously over this last few years, and they're doing the things right down there. So another team who knocked us out of the cup on our own ground here. It's potentially our last home game of the season. I say potentially because you never know. So we'll want to win. London's a big side. They'll be thinking, well, if they get into us, we've had a hard game Thursday. Our boys will be in training tonight and trying to get over the bumps and bruises from last night. I'll tell you what, it's not good. It's 3 playoff games in a week is tough, and people need to realise that it's difficult. But I know for a fact the boys will be want to play because they want to play in semi-final. So the players that play will be trying to put their hand up for the coaches to pick them to play in the semi. So whoever plays on the weekend will be given everything they've got.
You say potentially the last home game, it is in all likelihood, barring a really remarkable set of results, going to be the last game down here at the Keepmoat, and you've got a few special offers on for the fans who do make it down on Sunday.
Yeah, we've got our season ticket offer. We do that on the last league game of the season, and shirt sales. The shirts are on sale, so it's a one-day only ticket sale for season tickets, and regardless of the division we're in next year, we're planning big things. So get your season ticket, and we honour that price whether we go up or whether we stay in League One. So it's a fantastic deal, but it is for one day only.
Good stuff. And now, if you're okay for a few questions from the fans.
Of course, always.
Sanguine asks, would it be possible to ask Carl why the discipline problem can't be addressed? It seems to be costing too many points each game and therefore valuable league points. What's your response to that?
I don't think we're a poorly disciplined team. It's a bizarre one because we're an aggressive team, and sometimes we need to control that aggression and give it in the right areas of the park. And a lot of the penalties aren't for foul play as such, they're for not being onside and stuff like that. I don't think we give I could be proved to be wrong. I don't think we give a heap away for foul play and things like that. It could be just laying too long on the tackle, or holding the ball on the 5th tackle, or being offside, or the markers. So it's not discipline. That I'd put that to attitude. If you've got to go back to 10, you go back 11, just so that don't give the refs any opportunity to get you. But listen, the coaches I've been at training, I've heard them, they talk about it all the time, and sometimes players do things and think, well, I just need to hold them down for that extra little bit longer just so my boys can get back, and some referees let you get away with it and some ping you.
From what I saw last night, the Dons weren't in a position, they had too much of the ball to be giving away penalties, and if they did, it wasn't in their own half either. Yeah,
that's right. And again, when you get put on that back foot, you try and slow things down, or you try and do something to get the momentum swing back. And last night we were on the front foot for a lot of the time, and when we're on the front foot, you can see what our backs can do when we get on the front foot. So like I say, that we carry on like that, and the big boys take us forward, we've got some people at the back who can do some damage.
Okay, and our second and final question is from Paul. As an undecided buyer of next season's season ticket, why not wait until, say, the end of November? By then we would know which league we will be in and which players we have signed.
Oh, listen, it doesn't matter what league we're in. If we're not going to ask you for any more money if we go up, so the season ticket price, we're as Club Doncaster, they're honouring that, whether it's a League One season ticket, which is a League One season ticket price. They're going to honour that if we go up. And regarding the signings, we definitely want to keep the majority of the squad together. We had a big turnover last year, but you know, I myself and Gary have explained to the players that we want the players to have no distractions and be fully focused on this job in hand. And whether we're doing the right thing or the wrong thing, I'm not sure. But you know, contract talks can be distracting, and you know, I want the players to be fully focused on what they're doing. That's just how it is. I do know, you know, I will explain to everyone, when you speak to contracts, if I speak to one player and then he goes to training and says he's signed, and the next man, you're not, oh, he hasn't even spoke to me yet. It gets inside here, and they've got a job out there to still do, and a big job. The majority know, you know, we want to keep him. They should know that, because I'm telling you now, we do. We also want to add. We want to add some quality, and we will.
Yeah, there seems to be a good team spirit about the place, as though they're all buying into, if it doesn't happen this season, then maybe next.
Oh yeah, and we're going to probably look at the way we give contracts, and it's not a, you know, for me it's a hard job, and you know, giving 1 year contracts, it, you know, every season I've got to go through this process every season, so we may look at giving a bit longer term deals to a few of them, and just try and get, like we did before. We had a nucleus of players who took us to some good stuff a few years ago, and we had a turnover last year, and we'll look this year at, we've had a look at a lot of these that we brought in, and we like a lot of them. We may look to do longer term deals to keep them with us, to take us to where we need to be.
So the message to Paul is, don't wait until the end of November, get one now, otherwise you might miss the boat. It could be a championship season ticket.
Oh, listen, yeah, and that's 100% right, and you know, this is a 1 day only, as we do to the fans. It'll go up to Christmas, and then it'll go up again, so if we do get to where we go, you're right, it'll be a lot more expensive than it will be on the 1 day sale.